Gender violence against women happens all over the world. But sometimes, do you know what's common between domestic violence, child marriage, and human trafficking? Climate change. How? We'll get there. Reports confirm that climate change affects women more than men. Women are the primary caretakers of the house. They fetch water, fuel wood, and grow crops for consumption, while men may migrate to cities for work. So, when natural resources deplete, women and the households are directly impacted. Also, in this patriarchal world, women have lesser control, access, and rights, meaning lesser disaster training, lesser land titles, and lesser financial ecosystems. But how does climate change add to gender-based violence? Yes, let's talk about that. Due to increasing desertification and decreasing resources, women now walk farther to fetch water and fuel wood. Longer and dangerous journeys mean they are increasingly at the risk of being raped. This is particularly the case with women in Global South. When food becomes scarce, child marriages increase as a coping strategy. After the pandemic and Cyclone Amphan hit the Sundarbans in May 2020, child marriages rose substantially. Families receive bride wealth, that is money and cattle, and can have one less member to feed in the household. Globally, around 12 million young girls are estimated to have been married off after increasing natural disasters. For parents, it's simply a survival strategy. Next, trafficking. While human trafficking has always been a problem, poverty, because of climate change, makes the traffickers' case stronger. It becomes easier to lure women and children into forced prostitution, marriage, and labor. In May 2009, Cyclone Aila hit Sundarbans, displaced more than 1 million, and catalyzed trafficking. And now, domestic violence. Loss of property, livelihoods, and communal ties can lead to stress. Pressure to provide for families in such times can result in increased violent behaviors among men, including domestic violence. In 2011, when 2 tropical cyclones hit Vanuatu, domestic violence cases increased by 300%. In cases of drought, men exercise their control over agricultural land by beating women to be able to sell crops which women grew for household consumption. In other cases, with increasing financial pressure, men consume more alcohol and drugs, resulting in increased violence towards women. The damage humanity is inflicting on nature is also fueling violence against women around the world, compromising their human rights. And this will continue unless we act upon it. So, what can be done? Because they work with nature so closely, women are experts in dealing with climate crisis. They've been using climate resilient practices and agricultural methods. To continue doing so, they must have access to financial and legal resources and land rights. Gender equality is a prerequisite to address the climate emergency. For that, women must be included in policy making and decision making at each level. Female representation in national parliaments has led countries to adopt more stringent climate change policies. Diversifying their sources of income is the most important way to protect women. If women adapt to climate change and improve their income situation, everyone benefits, including children and men. Raising awareness about climate issues and their effect on child marriage, trafficking, and violence helps. Girls and women must know who they can contact after an assault and must be encouraged to do so. When religious leaders use their influence to clarify that men have no right to inflict violence against women, it has worked. And of course, introducing climate change response training to all always helps. If women face such bias, imagine what climate change is doing to the other underrepresented genders and their human rights.